forecast starts now with Chief Meteorologist Eric Finkenbinder.
Yeah, the weather's getting cooler. That means leaves are starting to change colors.
Yeah, so where can you find some of the best views in the mid-state? Chief Meteorologist Eric Finkenbinder joins us live. Hey, Eric.
How you doing, Seth? And we're at one of the places that you can get a really good view when those colors change. That's at the Iberson Conservation Area here in Upper Dauphin County. There's other places. We've been to Little Buffalo State Park, and we'll show you a picture there here in just a moment. Kings Gap, that's another great place. And if you want to see some of those locations, you can go to the DCNR website, and they will show you some great locations if you want to see some of those views. And by the way, here at the conservation area, a lot of great trails if you just want to enjoy hiking. I love the smell this time of the year. As I look across the valley, we've got a dust cloud off in the distance. Someone combining soybeans, another farmer putting on the grain head, getting ready to go. It's harvest season. It's that time of the year. It just doesn't seem like we're changing colors that quickly, and we're really not. First off, I want to go outside and show you across the state. So we go up to Kane and also Penn State Altoona, State College, University Park, and we've got Bucknell. There's more changes and certainly more colors that are happening in those locations. But for us, it just seems a little bit of a sluggish start. Hard to get things going. I was here 2 years ago and we had a lot more color than what we're seeing now. Speaking of Little Buffalo State Park, I was able to get a picture of that earlier today. The oaks, not much of any change at all. So I know there's a lot of oaks across Little Buffalo State Park. I know what I'm seeing here. We've got some birch and some maples that are beginning to change, and even some leaf drop with those trees. I think it is going to be one of those years where it's going to be irregular, where some leaves will hold, others are going to be dropping pretty quickly. But we'll talk about our official fall foliage forecast here in just a moment. DCNR's update to show you that we are starting to change or approaching best color. I think still going to be a little delayed though for us. Closer to Halloween, I think a lot of us are going to see our better colors. I'm just not quite sure if it's going to be one of those best color type of years too. So those temperatures at night, and that's another thing we need to keep in mind. We have not had our first frost or freeze yet. We typically see that mid-October, perhaps late October in places. We haven't had it yet, and we're still not seeing that in the next 10 days, perhaps even 2 weeks. And a lot of times that can kind of help push along the color change. We don't necessarily need a freeze for the leaves to change color, but it does help it push it along a little faster. And if we don't see that, it may take a little bit longer too. Let's talk about a weekend first, because that's important. It is going to be a wet weekend. The next 24 hours looks nice. Lots of sunshine Friday. Clouds, though, increase Friday night. The rain is here by Saturday, and it's often on showers. Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon, and Saturday evening. Even into Sunday morning, we still have some leftover showers. I want to show you how much rain, because that's important. A ½ inch to 1.5 inches. That's enough to keep things soggy, and some of those fields are going to be quite damp for any of those games outside too over the weekend. So here's that 7-day forecast, because the pattern that we see taking shape now, what has given us lots of sunshine, well, now the clouds are rolling in. We're going to have a lot of clouds lingering into next week too, and that's going to keep cool days, but also milder nights. And with the clouds around, I think that may kind of make the leaves a little less vibrant too. So here's our fall foliage outlook, and dull and delayed is kind of what we're describing it. I think the colors will be less vibrant this time around. And as I mentioned, irregular leaf drop. You're going to see some trees dropping leaves sooner than others, so the timing is not going to be perfect. And speaking of timing, we'll show you that last graphic right now, where I think for a lot of us, it's going to be closer to Halloween. And for some of us in York, Lancaster, Adams, perhaps even closer to the start of November, until we can begin to see the peak colors popping across the area too. So a little late for us, and still a lot of green, so a lot of change that's got to happen until then.
Eric, thank you very much.